I remember the first time I was going to look for a car. Well, you know what? It wasn't the first time I went to go look for a car. It was the very first car that my dad actually gave me. It was a 1985 Chevy Chevette. It was blue on the outside, maybe black interior or blue interior, but it was a 1985 Chevy Chevette. It was my first car that my dad actually paid cash for a vehicle for me. It was a manual. Back then, I think it was a 5-speed manual. Anyway, I learned on a stick. So imagine your first car and you don't even learn on an automatic transmission. You learn on a manual, what we call stick transmission. Well, yes, that was my very first car. And that was my very first car that I had an accident in. You know, my very first car, excited about it. Learned how to drive on that stick in probably 2 weeks because I had to do practice after I got my permit. And within 30 days after that, I got my driver's license. And my dad said, here is the keys to your new car. New to me, but used to everyone else. So I also had my first accident in that car. I remember exactly where it was. I don't remember what day it was or what year it was. Well, yes, I do. Graduated from high school in 1987. I think it was 1989 when I had my first accident because I remember I was in junior college and I was playing basketball. And I knew I was on my way home from practice. I remember I was passing a car wash. The car wash is not there anymore. Back in 1989, there was no reinforcement of wearing your seatbelt. And I remember getting hit on the right on the driver's side upper front. I got hit so hard where my body went over to the passenger side of the car. But anyway, let's get into today's video. If you are looking for a vehicle, a cash vehicle, my first vehicle was a cash vehicle too. So anyway, you're looking to pay cash for your first vehicle. You look for a buyer. You're probably not going to the dealership to look for your very first cash car, maybe, or maybe you're not. You're looking to spend maybe $2,000 or $3,000. And that's your budget, and in actuality you have $5,000, but you probably say, you know what, I'm going to spend $3,000. Well, you find that car for $3,000 and you say, wow, I want this car to last 2 or 3 years. Let me just give you some little bit of advice on what you need to do when you're looking for that inexpensive car and very inexpensive cheap car that you're looking to pay $2,000 or $3,000 for. So you go look at the car. One thing what you want to do is you want to make sure that you open the hood. Check all the lubes in the car. Look up under the hood. Check all the fluids. Well, me personally, you know, I sell cars, but I don't know everything about cars, but that's why I take someone with me when I'm going to do something that I'm not sure of. It's just like if you're in an unfamiliar zone, just like if you're going on your first date and you're unfamiliar with the restaurant you're going to, you're very nervous, right? Sometimes, maybe if it's your very first date, you might go visit that restaurant first. So you might take someone along with you to actually make sure that restaurant is a place that you want to be. So when you go look for that first car, take someone with you that actually has some experience with looking at vehicles. So take you to a mechanic, even if you're looking to pay cash for a car. And if you don't have a mechanic, have someone that's more sound, has a little bit more knowledge than what you have. Have them check under the hood to check all the fluids. Have them do a quick walk around of the vehicle. And then also, look in the trunk space of the car. Look in the glove compartment. And then when you take that vehicle for a test drive, tell the owner of the vehicle, if they must go with you on that test drive, tell them to just be quiet and not even talk during the test drive. Why? Because you just want to make sure you listen to everything that's going on with that car. And then if you can, while you're with that person in the car, first person that you brought with you, and then you got the seller in the back seat if they go with you, take that vehicle to AutoZone or your auto lab place and just have them check it out. They can check it out just to make sure something else wasn't done to the car. Maybe they took one of the codes off for the car. And then if you can't take it to AutoZone or Auto Lab or some type of parts place, then what you want to do, call the auto parts place. Give them the year, the make, the miles of the car. Just make sure it wasn't any defects on that car that year. When I say defects, I mean far as recalls. Maybe there's a recall on the engine, maybe certain parts. Just ask questions before you purchase that car. Whether you're purchasing a $2,000 car, $3,000 car, $4,000 car, $5,000 car, it doesn't matter whether you pay cash or you finance. This video today was for the cash buyers because right now, while I'm doing this video, it's tax time. But by the time you watch this video, it might not be tax time. It might be past tax time, but it doesn't matter. This video is also for individuals that's paying cash for a car, whether it's tax time or it's your first car. But just I hope this video helps, and you know what? I'm glad you watched this video, but since you are sliding by my channel, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.